Hey guys, welcome back to England. Today I am in Brighton and you might notice that my camera's a lot closer because I had a little selfie stick for it but it broke, so I'm back to this little mini handheld tripod thing. So it feels really weird because I feel like my face is so close. I've just arrived and dropped off my stuff at my accommodation and I've just come for a short walk and pretty much it's across from the beach, which is handy. Found all the cute wee beach huts. It weren't actually too far to walk from where I was staying, so that's nice. I actually came looking for a toilet. So weird being here because I've done like a Google Earth walk over here. You see so many pictures of Brighton, so many videos of Brighton. It's exactly how I imagine it. So it's so strange being here because I kind of feel like I've been here before, but it's just because it looks so familiar. So I'm going to head towards the pier way. I'm going to find some lunch on the way and then take a proper walk on the pier. A real walk, not a Google Map walk. Got my very overpriced hot dog, complete with HP sauce. It's actually amazing what they can fit onto a pier. There's like rides over here, there's like heaps of restaurants that way, there's bouncy castles, there's a roller coaster. I was thinking for dinner I might try some British fish and chips because I haven't done that yet and I think it will be a cool place to do it. Go and have some fish and chips on the beach. Though I've heard that they're not as good as the New Zealand fish and chips. But then the British might think that the New Zealand ones aren't that great. So I guess it depends on what you're used to. Found my fish and chip shop. Time to buy some chips. Okay, got my chips. They're on white paper like New Zealand, and I got this drink called Tango, which I'm assuming is just like Fanta, but British. It's funny because there's a guy in the chip shop and he's saying, oh, back in my day they used to actually wrap the chips in newspaper, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure in some parts of New Zealand they wrap the chips in newspaper. So anyway, maybe we're just super behind, but most of the time I think it's wrapped in this now. So, but I feel like everybody's come and brought their dinner to the beach, so it seems to be a common idea. Oh wow, oh mine's broken apart already. It's got salt and vinegar on it, which is quite British. We don't put vinegar in our chips. Everything seems a lot soggier because the difference is in New Zealand you order them and they cook them like there and then. These ones have been sitting around all day. Well, not all day, but they've been pre-cooked and then they've been sitting and waiting for someone to buy them, so they serve you straight away. So that's the difference between the chips in New Zealand and the chips in England. And I feel like they're really expensive here, but that might be just because it's Brighton. I feel like I need the mushy peas for the whole experience, but you know, I can say I've tried British fish and chips now. So we normally have like salt and vinegar crunchy chips, or what they call crisps in England, but we don't put it on our like chips.
I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along.
The first stop today is I've come to the Royal Pavilion. I'm a little bit early, so it's not actually open, but that's okay. I thought I'd just check it out anyway. Walk around the gardens and stuff. So this is it. It's very fancy. It looks like it should be, I don't know, like Arabian or something. I was thinking that was the pavilion, but that sign saying that's the Brighton Dome here. And this is the pavilion. It's not something I'd ever imagine seeing in England, to be honest. So when I was walking around yesterday, I noticed this out in the water and I was like, that's really interesting. I wonder what that is. and it turns out it is the second pier of Brighton. The first one was destroyed in the 1800s. It was like over that way somewhere, I think. but I couldn't find it. I think you can only see the remains of the first one at like super low tide, but this one is a bit more obvious. And this was like the second pier built in the 1800s after the first pier was destroyed in a storm. This was the first amusement pier, and over the years it just kind of deteriorated, so I think they closed it officially in the 70s. And there was like a concert hall there and lots of rides and stuff, so I'm not sure when the other pier was built or if they had like two piers going for a while, because I feel like that one must be older than the 70s, but maybe it's not. But yeah, abandoned pier. Good morning. This morning I am off to Windsor and I'm really excited to see Windsor Castle, and I don't know a lot about Windsor other than there's got Windsor Castle and that's about it. It takes about 90 minutes roughly to get there. So I've just arrived in Windsor. It's such a cute wee place. I tried to buy tickets for the castle online, but I think they're either sold out or they're just not selling them today for some reason. I will go in anyway and see if I can get tickets when I'm there. And it's like lunchtime, so the first stop is to get some lunch and then I'm going to have a big explore. So I've got inside Windsor Castle. I was able to buy a ticket here. I don't know if it's they just don't sell them online after a certain time, I'm not sure, but it costs exactly the same amount anyway. This is like the garden area.
I had my first breakdown. It may be that when the next comes around. Nothing gets to me.
Windsor Castle has been in royal residence for 900 years. And there's been 32 monarchs over that time, and 10 are actually buried here on the grounds. And it's a castle, but it's also classified as a palace. I also just realised before, this is my first UK castle palace experience. Well, not palace, I saw Buckingham Palace, but I haven't been in there yet. So it wouldn't be a proper day trip without ice cream, and this ice cream, the milk from the ice cream actually comes from the royal farm, so it's royal milk. I've just come out of the state apartments which are here. I didn't realise how much there was to see here. So the tickets cost £22.50, which sounds expensive, but one, it's huge, there's so much to see, and two, you can use it over a year, so it's pretty much like an annual pass to Windsor Castle. So that's quite cool. I was just reading the back of the ticket. So I might have to come back within a year just to make the most of it. Converted my ticket to an annual pass pretty much. What you need to do is you take it to the returns area, sign it and date it in front of them, and they'll stamp it, and you can, I just ask them, and you can use it as many times as you like during that year. You just need to bring ID with you, so that's very, very cool. Makes the £22 definitely worthwhile. After a long day exploring the castle, I decided I cannot leave Windsor without having scones and tea. This is the first scones and tea, afternoon tea, I've actually had in England. I've come to this little tea shop, Now's Gwyn Tea Rooms. Castle's over there, and the room where the building the tea rooms are in was actually one of the king's mistresses that lived there. The king used to have a secret tunnel. I can't remember what king it was. The guy took the book away when I was still reading it, and now it is a tea room, and it's been a tea room since 1614. So it's a very old tea room, and it was a house. About to leave, and then I was passing the fish and chip shop. I decided I may as well give fish and chips in England another try, because as you saw I tried them in Brighton and I wasn't overly fussed. I just found them really greasy and really soggy, so I thought, okay, I'm going to take two, try fish and chips in Windsor this time. They were so much cheaper than the ones in Brighton, but I think that might just been because of the shop I bought them from was like right across from the beach. I'm not really that hungry, so I ordered like a kid's fish and chip like plate, but it's so big. You can get them in the takeaway things, but I was like, can I just have it here? So they put it on the plate for me. I mean, they do seem crispier. Just got my chips here, and then just got the river, which is nice. Okay, here's my verdict. These are about a third of the price of the ones in Brighton, and they taste so much better. They almost taste like New Zealand chips. Fish. Pretty good, actually. It's very close to New Zealand fish and chips, just on a plate with a tomato and a lettuce and a cucumber. Good morning guys, I hope you are enjoying these England adventures. My mother actually grew up in the Kent area, and she lived there for, I'm gonna say, she lived there from when she was about 3-ish to about 13, rough estimates. I know she's probably told me a million times, but something like that. So I thought today, because it's not actually that far away from London, I would do a little day trip to see where she grew up, look at the house she lived in, and just have a little explore. Arrived in Gravesend. I am first walking to see the house that my mother lived in growing up for like 10-ish years of her life, and then I'm going to go back to like the city centre and have a wander around there and see what they've got. So I found this street that Mum grew up on. I found her house back there. But yeah, this is her street. Crazy to think that all these years ago she would run up and down here, and I remember she said there was a cemetery at the end of the street. So here it is. Stopped in this little park not far from where Mum's house used to be. I think it's called Woodlands Park, something like that. When she was little, her and her sisters probably came here to play and ran through the woods. That some of these trees would have still been there. Like this is a big one behind me. So I think I'm going to head back to Gravesend and have a look around, find the Pocahontas statue because she was actually buried in Gravesend.
Looking at a sky so clear, so much to discover here. Setting out on my own, all the places I can go. It's a long, 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 long and winding road. All these answers left to find.
So I've come to the main street for a bit of a wander. It's just like a street full of shops. It's got like Primark, it's got supermarkets, it's got Debenhams.
I got so much room to grow. It's a long, 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 long and winding road.
Services to city and Windsor